Bam! So we're done, we're headed out, gym time, and then we're gonna go take care of that fellow right there, this monstrosity. So we'll catch you in the next clip. Peace.
You should see my schedule, my summer deep, yeah. I've been on that high grade, that gasoline. You should see my schedule, my summer deep. I don't have no time for you, no time for me. You should see my days now, no time to sleep. You should see my Friday night, how it goes now, how it goes down. Dollar bills in these hoes now, that I go down. I make bands now, off a deal, now I go around. Yeah, you go around. You know how it goes now, they care too much in the night, and the vibes always have me too up. And they always talking shit, cause they never knew us. They don't get that we way down and too up. They don't get down, I know that you miss it. Yeah, I know you wish that things were different. Yeah, I know that you miss it. Yeah, I know you wish that you could switch it. Yeah, she say my schedule, my summer deep. Yeah. I've been on that high grade, that gasoline. Yeah. I don't have no time for you, no time for me. Yeah. You should see my days now, no time to sleep. Yeah. You should see my Friday night, how it goes now, how it goes down. Dollar bills in these hoes now, that I go down. I make bands now, off a deal, now I go around. Yeah, you go around. You know how it goes now, they care too much in the night, and the vibes always have me too up. And they always talking shit, cause they never knew us. They don't get that we way down and too up. They don't get down, I know that you miss it. Yeah, I know you wish.
Bam! And it's done. Check it out. Looking fresh and clean. But take a knee here, get on level with you guys. So what we're talking about today is macros. One of the things I get questioned about most is macros. What are macros? How do macros work? What do my carbs need to be at? Blah, blah, blah. Why am I not seeing any strength gains? Why am I so tired in the gym? All that kind of stuff. So macros is one of the easiest things to get complicated and lose track of. So I'm going to try to simplify it and make it as easy as possible for you. That way you can get started on your fitness journey. So the best way to do this is to kind of get a good understanding of what your maintenance calories are. So your calories when you're not really gaining too fast and you're not losing too fast. You're just kind of at a good plateau. So for me, when I was at maintenance, I was at 3,445 calories per day, which is kind of on the higher end. Another thing with this whole thing is you really need to know your body and know whether you're naturally lean like me or whether you hold weight a little bit easier. So I'm roughly more of a higher metabolism, so my calories stay kind of high and I kind of stay on the higher end of all of these numbers for that simple reason. But we're just talking about cutting today too. Bulking is a whole nother schedule, level, video, whatever you want to say. But if you want to lose, you need to be at about 500 calorie deficit per day from your maintenance. So for me, that would put me at 2,945 calories per day. Okay, so the first thing you always want to start with is your protein. You want about 1 to 1.5, 1.4 to 1. 1 to 1.4 grams of protein per body weight in pounds. So for me, and we're going to use a calculator because me and math are not friends. I denied that friend request many moons ago. So 1.4 times, I'm 205 right now, 205. That gets us 287. Ooh. Sorry for my terrible handwriting. One thing is, this is not really a whiteboard, and I'm sure you can't really see it very well, but fingers crossed. So 287 grams of protein. When you're bulking, it changes up a little bit on there. So, but like I said, we're just doing cutting today. Next, you want to figure out your fats. They're going to be about 15 to 25% of your total calories per day. So, like I said, I stick with my fats. I go kind of more towards the middle of that number, just because my carbs are a little bit higher. I like my carbs a little bit higher than fats. That's another thing, you kind of need to know what your body works better with. If it works better with carbs, or if it works better at using fat for energy. There's a lot of other diets out there like keto and paleo and stuff like that. Not knocking any of those. I've never tried them, but I've seen great results and I've heard great things about them, but I've just never done them. So, key thing is figuring out what works for you. So, I like my energy sources to come from carbs. So 20% of 2,000, so 2,945 times 20%, that gets us 589 calories. And so for every gram of fat, it's 9 calories. So we need to take that number divided by 9. So we're at 65 grams of fat per day. And carbs is next. Carbs. So carbs is the easiest thing to figure out on here because you're just going to take what's left of this number and use it as your carbs. So fat is 9 calories for every gram. Carbs and protein is 4 calories for every gram. So we're going to take 287 grams times 4, times that by 4, and we get 1,148 calories plus the 589. That gets us a total with those two together, 1,737 minus 2,945 minus 2,945 gets me 1,200 and that's 1,208. So now you got to take that, divide that by 4, and we get 302 grams of carbs per day. So easy. That's literally easiest thing ever. So. I'm just gonna keep saying so. But 65 grams of fat, 302 grams of carbs, and 287 grams of protein, which is exactly what I'm at right now. That should work out to about pretty close. So it should work out to about 40-40-20. Mine might be a little bit off, but 40-40-20 is a good starting point. This is what a lot of other bodybuilders use. It's kind of a good baseline. But like I said, this is the most accurate you're going to get, but it's kind of just a baseline. You figure out what works for you, raise it, lower it. You know, if you're starting to see you're holding a little bit more, lower the carbs. You know, if you're really laggy and you're losing weight too fast, up the carbs a little bit. But for the most part, my protein stays the same. Once we get a little bit closer to showtime, I'll reevaluate this with my new weight, and we'll go off of that number. But that's it. There is also, if you don't have any idea what your maintenance calories are, there's a lot of good things that'll do this. There's a lot of good websites that'll do this math for you. Bodybuilding.com is a really great one. I'll link it in the description down below. But bodybuilding.com, there's if it fits your macros. All those are really great, but like I said, just use them as baselines. This is going to be the most accurate. But figure out what works for you. And as always, like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Peace.